This tutorial will show you how to use the Picture Bingo Card Maker on eslactivities.com. Once you're at eslactivities.com, to get to the Picture Card Bingo Maker, you can just click on Games and then go to Bingo Pictures. Once you get to the Bingo Card Maker, the first screen you'll see is the settings screen, and there are several settings here that you can adjust. You can change the number of rows and columns that you'll have on your cards. The maximum spaces you can have is 25, or 5 rows and 5 columns, and of course by decreasing the number you can change how many spaces you have. The minimum number is 4, and you can have an uneven number of rows and columns, but it's my general recommendation that you have a square. I usually use 25. The next setting here is paper size, and obviously the website has no control over what size of paper you're going to put in your printer, but this helps you figure out how big your cards will be and sort of size the cards based on the size of paper that you are planning to use. The next setting here is free space. You have 3 choices. The centered choice only works when you have 9 or 25 spaces, otherwise it's grayed out and disabled. The random setting will choose any random square on the card and change that to a free space, and then of course you can choose not to have any free space. The last setting is the number of cards per page, and again this just helps size the cards and format them. So if you wanted to have 2 cards per page, you could select this and it would then print 2 cards on a single page so that you could give your students 2 cards to play with, or cut them up and use less paper, etc. For the larger sizes you can have up to 4 cards per page. And of course as you change settings they get adjusted here so that you can see what your settings are. Once you're satisfied with your settings, the next step is to click on Pictures, and this is where you upload your pictures. So if you have your pictures in a folder or something, you can just click here and you can drag them. These pictures are what will actually appear on the cards. The clue here is what you would read out to the students to help them find to mark that space. So you could just put cherry, or you could describe what a cherry is. You could, meat that comes from a chicken, something like that. And the idea is you could use sentences or descriptions or whatever, something that helps the students review these as vocabulary words. So you could just say chicken if you were just wanting to review. They knew what chicken looked like and what the word chicken was in English, for example. However, you can put whatever you want here in the clue field or not put anything at all. These names that are here is the name of the file, the picture file that was uploaded. It does not appear on the cards. Another thing that you can do is you can click the Save button to save your picture list to your computer. It saves as an ESL file right here. That just lets you know that it came from eslactivities.com. And that it shouldn't be edited on your computer. It can only be used really on the website. But saving it as a picture list lets you use those same pictures again without having to re-upload them all. I actually have a picture list I'm going to use, so I'm going to go delete all of those I just entered. And then I'm going to bring my picture list here. And you can see how quickly it uploads all those pictures, and I've got my clues already in there. And so on this picture list I think I have 50 something pictures. It's important that your pictures not be too large, otherwise it can cause the system to crash because it takes too long to process large pictures. Once I've got my picture list the way that I want, then I can click here on the Preview button and it will let me see the cards. So there are 3 types of cards that get generated. The first one is the call card, and as you can see here, the call card has the picture and then also shows the clue that I would call out. And you can also see that they're in a randomized order, so I can just call them out in the order that they're in here, and and they're already randomized. And because I only have 25 spaces and I have about 50 or so pictures, it's that some students won't have all the pictures, and so it just makes it more interesting that way. Another type of card is the flashcard, and this is like the call card, except that there's only about 9 per page, and they're a little bit bigger, and so you can cut them up, and you could have a stack of them on your desk, and the students could just come up and draw one and read it out. You can shuffle them and use them again, etc. So that's the flashcards, and so it shows you the flashcards here. And then you have the actual cards that you would give the students. So I have one card here, and you can see it's just got the pictures on it. If I wanted to create more cards, I could adjust the number here and it would create more. I can also type in the number of cards I wanted to create, and it will generate those for me. If you have a lot of pictures, sometimes it takes longer to generate the previews. So once I have all the cards, if I wanted to select some cards specifically for printing, I could either select them all or select specific ones, and then I could choose to print or save those cards to a PDF. Let me just deselect all those. I can do the same with my flashcards. I can print certain ones if I want to. But usually I use the print all cards or save all cards. These both generate PDF files, but the print one actually includes a little command that's supposed to send it to your printer, but that doesn't work on all computers, so you might have to click the print icon or something to send it to your printer. But if you click on Save All Cards, then you'll see that it generates a PDF. And again, if you have a lot of pictures or a lot of cards, it might take a little bit longer to process. But here's the PDF. And you can see it includes the call card and the flashcards, and the individual cards that I asked it to print. So that is how you use the Picture Bingo Card Maker at ESLactivities.com. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for using ESLactivities.com.